This is a practice video for Never Going Back Again. We are capoed 3rd fret, drop D tuning, strings. So you can tune to that. I'm going to break this down into like measures. It's going to be a little simplified than the way he did it off the Rumors album, but it works just fine the way that I'm going to try to show you here. So this is the first 2 measures. Let me do that again. So now I'm going to take those 2 measures and add the next 2. I would try to, once you get those first 2 measures smooth, where the bass is just going, then work on those 4 measures as a group before the next section. So let me just play those 4 measures a couple of times. Next section, it's got this chord which is not easy. 2nd and 4th strings are at the 5th fret, index finger, 2nd fret, 1st string. And it's a little roll pattern that he repeats. So it's like this. So your bass now is 5th string to 4th string. Starts with a pinch. So it's getting used to this stretch over here, getting into it and out of it, which is what was a little problem for me, but it becomes more comfortable every time you practice. Again. Then that comes out back to the D chord. This measure is a little tricky. I'm leaving out some of the 3rd string because it's just easier this way. So the key to this is to time the slide from 5 to 7 so that when you get up to the 7th fret, it times out with the open A string. So I'm hitting the 4th fret, 4th string with my thumb. I'm sliding 2nd and 4th string up from 5 to 7, and when I do that, I'm hitting the open A string. And then I come back down, and when I come back down to the 5, I'm pinching. The reason why I'm pinching is because I want my thumb to maintain the pattern of 6-4, 5-4, and then it goes back to the D chord that began the whole piece. So if you put that all together, it'll be so you're hitting the 4th string 2 times in a row. You're hitting with your thumb on the 4th fret, and then it doesn't leave the string, it just comes up to the 5th fret, and that's when you're going to do your slide. Then when you come back down, it's a pinch, and then another pinch. It's actually a 3-string pinch, and then you re-attack the 4th string again. Now he plays the 5th fret on this. But you could just play the 2nd string like this. Which is easier, and I would do it as a variation or when you're singing. So if we put those 2 measures, I would practice, once you get that measure with the slide together, make sure you go to the downbeat to the last 2 measures of the first section. So it'd be like this. Just played repeats. The next section is up here. So we're talking the 10th fret. You've got to fret up here at 7th on the 4th string. So your bass again is 6 4 5 4 now. And the key to this, in my opinion, is first of all, I keep my 2nd finger on that 8th fret right there. It just helps hold everything down. It's when to learn to relax. So obviously it takes energy to push down the strings, but you want to find places to relax. So one place is when you start, whenever you play that just open 6th string by itself like this. So when you pinch that 8th note here, 7 and 10, after that, I release the tension in my hand. So it's so I'm releasing pressure on the strings. They don't leave the strings, but I'm releasing, so I have a place to relax my muscles so it's not so painful, so to speak. So that's the first 2 measures. Now the 2nd and the 4th measures of this high part are the same. To the other measure. And then we got the open D, so you relax before you pinch. So that last measure, he just doesn't put in the very last 8th note. It's the other 2 times it was. So basically, wherever you have a quarter note, it's either quarter notes or 8th notes, you want to relax at the end of the quarter note. So let me play this whole thing through. Okay, I'll do that one more time. Then it jumps down here to B minor. And then it's to an A. So I let go of that 4th fret 6th string so I can use 2 fingers here to make sure I've got these 3 notes clean. And then I've changed the way I've been playing this. I go right back to the B minor. I think it sounds cooler. And then that would be the next measure, that lowest D. So if you put these last 2 measures together, I'm going to play next to the last one. We'll call this the coda. I'll do that again. B minor to A. And then you go back to the B minor because you want the 2nd fret of the 5th string, pinch. Okay? And then you got open A in your bass, hammer on it. And then the D of the next measure. So if you put, again with this, you've kind of got 5. It's a little different in the bass because it's 5, 4, 6, 4, 5, 4, 5 as far as your bass pattern. But the main thing is to hear so you get it going, it'll be so the way he does it on Rumors, I believe, is goes to the D with the B in the bass, high 5th fret 1st string, and I would use that as a variation. But it's easier if you just stay on the B minor for the first couple beats of both of those measures. And you can just lift up your 1st finger to get that open A, bring it right back down, and there you have it. The key to this tune is just don't get frustrated, play it slowly, learn each individual measure or groupings of 2 measures together that would be like a musical phrase or idea. And once you can play them, because you're going to simplify some of this stuff with different roll patterns when you're singing the tune anyway. All right? It's not an easy tune to play, but I think it's well worth the effort to put in to whatever it takes to get it going. Hope that helps.